Hello, good day, and welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Imam, and I'm reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. I am here to get a hold of my voices, after the rally on Saturday. But that was a really deserving one. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. How are you doing today? Happy New Month to each and every one of you, and of course, Happy Independence Day. Today's the 3rd, but I'm just seeing you guys is independence. So yes, happy Independence Day to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now is a good time to let them know that Ima is live and we're about to dissect the newspaper review. Thank you for being here. Welcome to today's broadcast. Please do want to like this broadcast, do want to share and invite someone onto our broadcast. Come on into the comment section and click on the $ to the right on the comment section to support us, show us some love. But ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with the likes. Let's begin with inviting people, sharing the link. Yes, let people come on and let's talk about what's happening. And to all of us that has been looking for the presidential candidate of the APC, you guys, he has been found. And of course, while we are dealing with the president who goes all the way to London for medical checkup and what have you, we have a presidential candidate who also goes all the way to London to rest and to use the gym. Amazing, right? Nigerians, we have to think very well. We have to do better this time around. Welcome to my Niger Watch family. How are you people doing? Welcome to the broadcast. Hi, Mary Kimade. Good morning to you too. How are you? How was your weekend? I hope you're well. Osagbovo, I see you all day, every day. Thank you for being on this broadcast and good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, Christopher Columbus, happy. What, put the democracy there, okay? Happy day to you also. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Israel Asemota. Mr. Machiavelli, how are you doing? Good day to you, Mr. Machiavelli. And yes, of course, the mommy of all mommies. Good day to you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Thank you. Good morning to each and every one of you. And of course, afternoon and evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for tuning into our channel. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, now will be a good time for you to do so, please. So please take out time to like our YouTube channel, take out time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, take out time to turn on your notification bell. Yes, Mr. Vine Maxwell, I feel very beautiful this morning too. Thank you so very much, Mr. Vine Maxwell. How are you doing? And how's the beautiful city of Accra this morning? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Yes, you that just joined in. Welcome to today's broadcast. In a minute, we'll be going straight into the topic of today. On the comment section, the link has been posted. If you'd like to join us on our newspaper review today, please click on the link and you'll be right here with me as we dissect the papers today. All right. Thank you for being here once again. We'll begin in just a minute. Yes, if you're just joining us, welcome. Please do well to do everything that you are supposed to do on this broadcast. Let me do my part while you do your part. Let's work together. Let's work hand in hand. Thank you very much. All right, the front page of the Punch. Yes, the Punch. We have PDP crisis. Aggregate governors meet in ENUGU, plot AYU'S removal. Wike Makinde or top others review articles conditions. AYU cannot resign until next year, Senator insists. PDP, not AYU, paid National Working Committee members housing allowance, and that's from the aid. Fans jubilate as FINA wins Big Brother Niger 100 million naira prize. And 25, please just a minute. 25 million naira fine. Pay Punch 28-year debt, court tells AGGR. Federal government. If people have a thing on renegading on your part of agreement. 28 years later, the AGGR, Accountant General of the Federation, yet to pay Punch 25 million naira fine granted by the courts. And we have strike. Reps meet Buhari Tuesday. Federal government warns ASU. ADEBOYE plans national prayer fasting, says our nation troubled. We have 3.92 trillion naira pro subsidy topples defense, health, education budgets. Wow, 3.92 trillion naira on fuel subsidy. Okay, before we begin to dissect, let's finish our stories. Anger as over 120 fans die in Indonesia stadium tragedy. Indeed, a tragedy, indeed. Pay our salaries, doctors tackle Imo, Ondo, and Ekiti states. Kwara doctor kills girlfriend, housewife, buries corpse in his office. Federal government fines oil firms 127 billion naira for gas flaring. Let's take a story about the doctor. So this doctor, who's a CMD, actually he has been arrested now, and it looks like justice will be fast prevailing on this issue, as it has caused a national outcry. This doctor that killed his girlfriend and killed a housewife, another man's wife, buried these people in his office space. The corpse has been assumed. The reason as to why this man did such, we do not know that just yet. So this is one story that will keep unfolding, and as it unfolds, I'll bring the story on here. And we have the doctors from these three states: Imo State, Ondo State, and Ekiti State, that say pay us our salaries. These ones have been, out of the 24 months, they've only been paid for 7 months. I don't understand how you will owe a doctor for a month, and you expect them to still be sane enough to carry out their duties. These are the people whose lives are entrusted into their hands. They need to be taken care of. They cannot be bothered about money issues and things not working out. 24 months, out of the 24 months, just 7 months. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. This government, they need to do better. The governors, they need to do better. They need to pick their priorities just right. I don't know. Do we have to spell our priorities to these people? I don't think so. If you're going to, take the office of, take the office as the chief executive officer of the nation or of the state, then you need to know what you are supposed to do. I hear my panelists say we have to tell them what to do. If you don't know what to do, why are you there? That seat is not meant for everybody. It's for people who know what to do, who has a strategy, who knows what they are there for, not going there and we start telling you what to do. If not, so everybody's supposed to be governor now. It's not just right. We having to dictate to these people what to do. At times, just you think of what to do and do for us. And at times, it should be like that. But it looks like we have to tell these people over and over again. And yes, this sad this football game that was supposed to have ended on a good note, or even if it doesn't end on a good note, football doesn't always end on a good note for everybody. One side wins and the other side loses, but sadly so. But this very well could have been avoided when the winning team, the losing team, got angry and they stomped into, I think, Arema, yes, I hope I'm right with that pronunciation. They stormed into the stadium, to disrupt the ongoing match. And in a bid to do that, the police, trying to either scare them, get them off the pitch, or to restore normalcy to the game, they let out tear gas. They shot tear gas, and not minding that they had children. Even children were there. In a bid to leave the stadium, there was scampering. There was so much turbulence, and some suffocated to death. Some were trampled upon. There was just a huge chaos, and that was what led to the death of 120 fans that went with delight to go watch their team play and get that victory. This is very sad and very, very avoidable. The president has put a ban on the Liga 1 match that is currently going on, and has prompted the police. They are into investigations to see what happened, how that could have been. Well, they're going to bring to books who needs to be brought to book. Mr. Machiavelli, thank you for being on this broadcast. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good morning to you, Mrs. Ima. I'm very good and happy belated Independence Day to Nigerians, to the concerned citizens of Nigeria, because I know what I'm saying. And thank you for having me today as well.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, Mr. Machiavelli. Welcome to the broadcast again. I'll talk to you in another minute. All right, we have aggrieved governors meeting in ENUGU. So they call them the G5 governors, the big governors. All right, so we already know what's happening in the PDP camp, and there are reports that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, had a closed-door meeting with the governor of Rivers State, so Wike, still, pleading to him to support his cause and let bygone be bygone. And of course, Wike, our man, is saying no, that AYU must go out. And Atiku is still saying that he doesn't even have the power to take Atiku out, that they have to do it the right way. So it's amazing how now everybody wants to do things the right way. But when you were brought into power, you got to this place, things were not done the right way to bring you to this place. Well, we wish them what they wish themselves. My panelists, about time you will give your own review. That's about the story. Wike, Makinde, or some others review conditions. Atiku cannot resign until next year. You cannot resign until next year. That's the story on PDP. Talking about cracks, right? With the one in APC, I don't even know who has the most disarray in their party right now, PDP or APC, but it looks like they are fighting for that competition. It looks like PDP is saying we must be the one with the most disorganized party, and APC are saying you don't know us. We have a team for not. All right, Nigerians, I hope we see the handwriting on the wall and we do better. Okay, reps are to meet Buhari tomorrow Tuesday. Yes, the report, and we know that this report is going to be the last talk. This will be the last talk that the federal government will be having with ASU, and I hope that it comes out favorably. When I watch a snippet from the meeting, I could hear the House of Representative leader, Badamiela, he was telling us that whatever it is they come up with, that ASU should accept in good faith. How about actually looking at this? So they are saying that they don't want to drop IPPIS, because if they do so, another body can come out, like the non-teaching staffs will come out and say, oh, they want their own method of payment, and they're going to bring their own, and the cleaners could come up tomorrow and say they are not staffs, or they are not amongst the non-teaching staff, so they also want their own, and they're saying they cannot do things like this. They can't be going back and forth, so let everybody keep using the IPPS. And even when this IPPS has failed the test twice, and some part of the House of Reps are saying that, some part of the committee set up for this are saying that if this test has failed twice, why should they just take it? Why don't we just restructure this thing once and for all, look out for something that can carry everybody just about right, and not start selecting who gets paid and who doesn't get paid and when they get paid? And they shouldn't do that. But let's really see what that would happen. Federal government has also want us to say industrial court has said that you should go back to school, resume already, stop derailing. You need to resume. I don't know what action they intend to carry out on ASU for going against what the law or what the court ordered them to do. Let's see. This week is actually going to be very, very eventful. Let's see how the week plays out. And Adeboye, the prestigious, the esteemed and prominent man of God of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, has come out to say that he plans a national prayer and fasting for the country. He has enjoined all the Nigerians to keep praying for their leaders. If these ones are the ones ruling us, then we need to keep praying for them, as instructed in the Bible that we should pray for our leaders. The affairs of the country, they and they alone have the final say in how the country is being run. So let's commit those people, their thoughts, their hearts, everything to God. Let God, only God can change their hearts and make them do what they should be doing. And Nigerians are saying, we have been praying. These people are criminals. We don't pray for criminals. You don't pray for thieves. You don't pray for these people. You don't pray for blood-sucking politicians, that prayer is going to be, you pray for good people and the prayer will be effective. Why our prayers for our leaders are not effective are because these people are hardened and they are devilish. Nobody prays for the devil. I don't know what your reaction is to that, but Nigerians are just not having the prayer and fasting thing anymore. I'd like to know what you think about that. But just before that's about the story. Oh, did I tell you guys that federal government fines all firms 127 billion naira for gas flaring? I guess I did. If you like more on that story, check out for page 21 on the Punch, today's copy. And then 3.992 trillion naira for subsidy topples defense, health, education budget. Fuel subsidy is the most on the budget, on the 2023 budget. For subsidy 3.92, and they were asking, Nigerians are asking, why? Who are the people benefiting from this fuel subsidy? Because if you put this much money into defense, into health and education, it will serve a greater good for everybody in the country. But this fuel subsidy, this does not go for everybody. It benefits some people much more than it benefits other people. And so they're saying that, you see this subsidy, let subsidy be taken out. Mr. Machiavelli, let's talk about this fuel subsidy. You think it would be a wise thing for the government at this point to remove subsidy?
Yes. Thank you very much. On this fuel subsidy, I think we getting too much about that. You just had a lot of money that is coming out of this thing, and it's not being used appropriately. You speak about the defense. I have been the person advocating for more to be spent into our defense, because we need all these things. They don't spend this money into it. And we keep hearing trillions upon trillions upon trillions. Educational system is rotting. ASU is trying to starve them to the other side. Where are this money going to? It is a question. Where is the money going to? Nigerians are asking. We have the two houses there. Who does not even speak on this issue? When Peter Obi told you that they were borrowing for consumption, they were not borrowing for production. That is a pure fact, because it's a very, very open now that everything you are saying about this subsidy, it does not have an impact in the ordinary Nigerians. So what are they doing with the money? So when you have an incompetent government that is trying to manage a vast majority of a country like that, they don't know what they're doing. And this is how they misappropriate our funds and everything. So what is the benefit of this thing? To me, it is nothing to write home about. The federal government should know what they should do. And we should make sure that we must change it so that we'll know how much we are getting and how much we are spending. A lot of this subsidy is not helping anyone. It is helping them. And that is why you see the oil theft as well. Who are those people stealing the oil? Before a navy, a ship comes into the water, in international water, that country where that water, they own that border, must know, the naval officers should know what is happening. So a lot of things are going on into our system that we are Nigerians, we are curious, we want to know, and it is the duty of us as citizens to question the government of the day. What are they doing with our resources? You cannot be talking about subsidy all the time. Since I've been in Nigeria, we have been talking about this thing, yet it's nothing to write home about. So it is time for us to be demanding answers for this government. And where we are demanding answers, we should make sure that we remove them, because the two House of Representatives and House of Senate, they are not doing nothing, and even the executive. So it is best we need to remove all of them and put the necessary people there who knows how to deal with this thing so that it can work well for our nation. It is time for us to tell them to leave, because this subsidy is not helping us. They are using the money, they are siphoning it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Machiavelli. Brother Nice, hi, Brother Nice. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Miss Emma. I'm fine, and you? How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm very, very fine. Thank you very much. So you think that Nigerians, we are ready for the subsidy to be taken off?
Yeah, Miss Emma, please, I have something. I'm busy now. Can you pass to Mr. Maxwell? Then you come back to me, please.
No problem, Brother Nice. Thank you. All right, Mr. Maxwell, go ahead to you, Mr. Maxwell. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Sister Ma. Good morning from the sunshine city of Bolgatanga in Upper East region of Ghana. Good morning to my panelists. Good morning to those that are listening to us. And may your week, starting from this Monday, be a great one, including you, Sister Emma.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Do you think it will benefit Nigerians more for subsidy to be taken off and other aspects be looked into for this 2023 budget? 3.92 trillion naira alone is going into for subsidy, and that's much more than what is being pumped into defense, into health and education. Is subsidy supposed to be prioritized instead of either of these three? That and we are suffering a lot from this. I mean, from defense, from that's defense security, from health and from education.
Sister Emma, I do not know how long we are going to deliberate on this subsidy. As far as I'm concerned, that subsidy, as implies with the Nigerian system, is a scam. That subsidy is a scam. It's I call it bureaucratic scam. They are using it to fleece the country, drain the purse of Nigerian economy. That is what they are doing. My only solution to this is this: Nigerians, cast away the executive, the APC, don't allow PDP to come in, throw away the legislators, throw away the executive, all of them, throw them away and bring in new crop of politicians that is ready to revise and revitalize Nigeria. That is my own. As long as you keep those people there, or the remnant of them, they will also corrupt the new ones that you want to bring in. Purge them out of the system and bring in those that are capable, looking at their records, to make Nigeria a great place, if at all is possible. Thank you, Sister.
All right, Mr. Vai, thank you very much. We'll be moving to the next paper. But if you're just joining us, welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. Welcome. Please do well to like this broadcast, do well to share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. I welcome you again. Also, do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much, and welcome once again. All right, move on to Daily Sun. Daily Sun, we have as moves against ADAMU thicken, cracks in APC deepen. All right. More Christian leaders snub presidential campaign. PCC dares National Working Committee. Issues appointment letters to members. And now, okay, we'll talk about this later. We have CBN spends 2.6 trillion naira intervention fund on 3 sectors. NPA concludes concession agreement, 6 federal government approval. 2023 election. Police train pilots, aircraft engineers for aerial surveillance. IPOP suspends sit at home order as Kanu appears in court tomorrow. Labour appeals to pro-Biafra group against interfering in 2023 census. 2023 census. CCB commissioners petition Senate, accused chairman of blocking corruption probe. And yes, again, the Golden Girl Fina wins BB Niger's 100 million naira grand prize. Congratulations to her. Nigeria at war, says ADEBOYE. Don't allow corrupt politicians, mediocrity, lead anymore. PFN tells Nigerians. And the picture story on our screen would be the G5 governors. Yes, they are called the G5 governors. All right. Our flood sacks 12 Edo communities. Now, this flood, guys, we keep talking about this flood. This flood is doing a whole lot of damage. Did we see the one from Lokoja, Kogi? Also, this flood is tearing down. This flood is tearing down and displacing lots of people. All right, let's see what story now. the PPC Presidential Campaign Committee, there's an NWC. NWC is supposed to be higher in decision making than that's National Working Committee, supposed to be higher than the PCC, but the PCC are doing their job, overriding, and nobody's saying nothing. The presidential candidates, oh boy. So the APC, they are in disarray as it is over authority. Yes, some people feel that being sidelined. APC has a cup. At least PDP, we know that it is just a case of remove IU and everything is all right. But this other one we have, oh boy, this other one we have cases like the PCC overriding NWC, National Working Committee. And then we have the case of some people are still against the Muslim ticket. They are still saying he needs to change it. He needs to put a Christian. And then you have the Christian leaders in APC that feels really slighted. They feel offended and insulted, and they distance themselves from that. All right. So PDP has just really on the other side. All right. Okay. We have Mr. Pansat. Oh no. Let's take this from. Yes, Mr. Pansat. Mr. Pansat, how you doing today? Good morning to you.
Pretty good. How are you, Emma? They say you look beautiful, and I can see it for myself. They didn't lie about that. How was your weekend?
Oh, I had you. Let's talk about my weekend. Thank you for asking. I had a very interesting one. I was part of the rally on Saturday for Peter Obi, and it was so beautiful. And there's this new hope and new energy and strength and sight that it has given to me about Nigeria. And that begets the question: these people, I'm even more worried now that if you try to play this amount of Nigerians that have all their hope built and are hoping for positive results, what happens when the dreams and the hopes of these people are shattered? I hope that they don't get to, because a lot of this youth it will become something else. Anyways, Mr. Pastor, thank you for asking. How are you too?
I'm doing great, and I did see you in your the coverage over there, and you did a marvelous job. You and Kachi and Elvis, obviously, and the connection was just pitiful connection. So hopefully, when Obi comes in, we'll resolve these things. Let me tell you, there is no reason to worry. Okay, in Nigeria today, we have two choices. We'll take back our country by democratic process, clean, clear, transparent, peaceful election, or else they're going to get it, because never, ever in the history of Nigeria has there been effort to correct the path of the ship. Everybody's involved in this. Those crooks, those people in office, our elders, our own generation, and yours, we have never come together and say, you know what, we're going to take back our country and we're going to do the right thing. Nobody's ever seen it. It's true. We don't have a history of violence as far as the government is concerned. We've been abused. But look, we're wasting a lot of time trying to do it democratically, because democracy is an arduous, difficult process. But it's what the world has decided is the best path to governance. So we're enduring it, because we shouldn't have been going through what we're going through here. We should just take back that country. The youth, over 40%, maybe 30-something% unemployment. They're out of school. Nothing is working in the country. The money, our dollar is like 700 naira. Why? Imagine. There's a lot of killing in the country. Nothing is working for a country blessed with so many resources. Nigeria is the 6th largest exporter of petroleum in the world. You know, so many products. So we're going through all this so that at the end, INEC is going to play games. No. So to me, we don't have anything to worry about. We have a great candidate. It's set. Everybody's got their candidate. Let them compete. Whoever wins, the mandate should govern. And it's not, the person is, it's not going to be a panacea. It's not going to solve all our problems, but at least they will start, and they're going to have to do what we want them to do according to our laws. So don't worry. They're not more Nigerian than we are. All right. So we've decided to go through this arduous process. But at the end, if you think that less than 100 people, corrupt, crooked bastards, are going to thwart this election, and then whoever is our candidate is going to accept it, that will never happen. The first time I appeared on this one of these shows here, wasting my time, really. For about 6 months now, I've been coming online, wasting my time. All right. I said that the real fight for that country starts on election day. All this noise making, all this campaigning, all these elections is just to determine one thing: who won that election. That's not go. The arbiter is not going to be INEC. They have an input. There will be international observers. There will be watchful eyes. There will be Nigerians. We're going to know who won that election, and that person is going to form a government inside or outside the country. And that's when United Nations, Britain, United States, European Union, they have a choice to make. They have a choice to make. Whoever won this election, because that's the day it starts. That night, when it's collected, who won? We're going to know. And that person is going to form a government there, period. So that's, there's nothing else. I've been wasting my time on this. And I hope that those who are plotting to steal this election, you've got something coming. It will never happen. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Pastor, thank you. Good morning and welcome to this broadcast. Mr. Collins, hi, Mr. Collins, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Happy New Month and Happy New Week, my sister, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you doing?
It's a beautiful day, and I'm fine. Looking forward to speaking with each and every one of you.
You don't need to tell me. Looking at your face, I'm sure that you're looking great. So I don't need to ask much. You understand? So and also, I just want to thank Nigerians. I just want to wish everybody a happy New Month and Happy New Week as well. And I want to thank them for coming out to support P2B and the Dirty Rally. People that come out in mass. I just want to thank them because it's not easy for people to come out from their home to carry out the rally. A lot of people contribute their energy, their financial, their everything, their time. So it's not easy. This week I think I am very happy. No matter whatever that is happening, I am very, very happy. When I saw what happened in Nigeria, the one that amazes me, when I saw what happened in Bauchi, I couldn't believe it. I keep watching the video, trying to figure out if this is really happening in Bauchi, So even as I'm talking to you, people are still doing Obi rally in Cross River, Calabar. So people are doing their rally. That shows you how serious the whole thing is. So for me, what happened in Lagos, what happened in Sabah, what happened in Warre, what happened in Kaduna, Bauchi, all those areas shows how Nigeria united means that if we put our effort together, we can take the country to any level we want it to be. So I just want to thank Nigerians for coming out in mass to support the labor and the P2B movement. So it's not easy. So looking at and the other things we are talking about here, I'm just looking at, like the last caller said, it's not possible for Nigeria people to, all these politicians, if they talk, maybe they're going to ring this election. I don't think it's possible because I'm just listening to Channels Television now. The way the INEC man was trying to analyze everything, how it's not going to be possible for them to ring the election. So if anybody who haven't watched the video should watch it and listen to properly what the man is saying. So the man really break everything down. It's not easy for people to maybe try to maneuver like they used to be before. It's not going to happen. So this time around is a different thing altogether. And now Nigerians are ready to stand on their vote and people are ready to come out and vote. So you can't take people for granted. If people can be coming and they keep talking about all this will be ready, are they sure they are going to come out for election? People should stop deceiving themselves. If somebody can come out in this, are you telling me that booth that is even close to me, but this one people are walking around the whole Lagos? Imagine booth that is as a polling unit that is even close to me, that one is more easy for people to go and vote. So if anybody that is thinking that when somebody come out to do this rally, that person is joking, let them keep deceiving themselves. And I'm happy that now, if you watch Arise TV, Channels Television, they have started covering P2B movement. But before, they don't used to, cover it. That shows you now, because they have taken it serious, know that this is no longer a joke again. So now channels have taken their time to cover the whole thing. Arise is taking their time to cover the whole thing. But before, at the beginning, they were not even giving attention to it. But now, that shows you how the whole thing have changed. So if anybody keep talking about that is not going to be easy, maybe are you sure that they are going to vote on the election day? Trust me, we have 4 months to campaign. Imagine what 4 months can change. 4 months is going to change a lot of things. So it's going to change a lot of things. So, and what is happening in Nigeria too, the way things are happening, is going to motivate a lot of people. Look at it, working out of people. That if it, imagine working out, that only that alone, Ngige should be resigned from that post, as in should call to resign from that post, for you not to show that respect to your people, and you just walk away from people, just walk away. That shows you how those people is. They don't even respect their constitution, respect their people. So that alone should call Ngige to resign. For me, Nigeria should start tagging themselves, say Ngige must resign from that seat. So that alone is an embarrassment. And look at the other thing that is Tinubu, the encryption, to show you what this election is going to be. For people now, people have started humbling themselves. Look at Tinubu and Atiku sharing video of where they are dancing, this one doing exercise. People are going to be humble in this election. They are going to be humble in this election. So I just like the whole thing, how things have been happening. And also I want to send my heart to people in Lokoja, people in Kogi, all those areas. So I just pray that at the end of the day, government will come to their rescue. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. It's always good to have you on the broadcast. Guys, you remember that we have the chats today. Today's Monday, so we have the chats today by 1 p.m. Yes, by 1 p.m. we have the chats going on. We will be catching reactions. Nigeria at 62. Why are Nigerians not excited about the Independence Day? Why are Nigerians not looking forward to the Independence Day? Yes, I mean, I will not act like I don't know what's happening or why people feel that way, but is there truly nothing to be thankful for? Is there really nothing to celebrate about Nigeria right now? Is there nothing? Is there really nothing? We hope for the best, yes, but should we not? Is there nothing to celebrate? I'd like to know. Please come in by 1 p.m. and let's talk about, how you feel about Nigeria. This is like you're writing a letter to Nigeria, but in your words. This broadcast will be here, and hopefully we'll come back in another 4 years, and we are all, yes, maybe in a year or in 2 years. Probably it will be a different atmosphere for each and every one of us. But come up by 1 p.m. Please, let's catch reactions and emotions on Nigeria at 62. All right, if you're just joining, welcome. This is our newspaper review on Niger Watch. My name is Iman. I'm reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Please do well to like the broadcast, do well to share and invite someone onto the broadcast. Do well to support us by clicking on the $ to the right in the comment section. Yes, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Machiavelli.
Thank you, Miss Emma, for having me. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So Pastor Adeboye yesterday spoke to his congregation and Nigerians at large, asking how we pray and fast, as that is our best resort right now, saying the country is not safe. Even people that have security, the country is still not even safe for people like this. Is that amongst other things that he said? But one thing that is worthy of note is him saying that we need to observe national prayer and fasting. I believe you're a Christian, and I know that you believe. I don't know if you believe in prayer, if you believe in fasting, you believe in all of these things. But with the place Nigeria is right now and the kind of leaders that we have, you think that is a means that would work?
Thank you again for this great question. And to all the concerned citizens, when I use the word concern, there is a purpose. Because I believe that all Nigerians are concerned right now. Now, let me just quickly tell you, if I get a minute, of how we are being manipulated. I so much use the word indoctrination, no education. Now, let me tell Pastor Adeboye. Pastor Adeboye, is it now you want to tell us to start fasting and praying? After the decades of injustice? That's the question mark. Let me take him back to South Africa. When South Africa were looking for their freedom from the apartheid government, late Desmond Archbishop Desmond Tutu was part of the movement. He fought so much to make life better for his fellow South African. He wasn't using the religious way to tell them that this is what they must do, even if he was, but he was still doing his own work. So that is to tell you that prayer without work is a failure. Even Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount to his disciples, you must have faith and hard work. It works together. So you don't walk, you expect God to just heal you like that. That is a total failure. This is how they manipulated Nigerians into this kind of ways to believe that everything has to come from God. But you have to do the primary objective. Ever since that this establishment have been fighting the Nigerians and for their own country, these people has failed to take up this objective, to tell the government of the day, this is not how it works. During the NSAS protest, what did he do? And now they want to join hands because they see that the Nigerians have woken up. You want to use it to give a sermon on the mount. They don't understand that we are more learned. Now, I want to tell him, he said Nigeria is at war. Sir, we are not at war. We are looking for our freedom from the establishment who has placed Nigerians into a solitary confinement. It's simple. The reason we are not at war is because the solitary confinement they put us gave the momentum of people want to break out of Nigeria, gave the momentum of people doing Yahoo, gave the momentum of people doing kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, and sort of things. Because if a government is actually working, engaging the youth or the citizen with social life and things that the dividends of democracy, it gives them back, and also knows that they have to, they themselves must observe what we call the rule of law. That is where that is what we are supposed to be telling them. You cannot tell us that we are in a state of war. No, Nigerians are not carrying arms against the people because these are people carrying placards against the establishment is forcing them, the people who are carrying placard and using all necessary to weaken the people who are just doing their civil duties with an unarmed, affecting, trying to destroy an unarmed defenseless people. That is what it is, because these people comes out every day, to start telling the people, preaching, pray for Nigeria, but you are absolutely enjoying the dividends of democracy yourself. Now, 90% of the people who attend his church they feed below $1 a day. And some of these pastors are riding private jets, and you want us to pray? Listen, it's about time we open our eyes. That what I always tell you here, that there's an indoctrination and no education. I am not joking. This is a perfect indoctrination. Why can't you just engage the people and say, let us work towards this thing. Let us protest peacefully. Let us tell them we need our mandate, and I will guide you with prayer. You pray for us as we move forward, as we go towards the freedom. Don't tell us we must pray. This is how we must do it. No, because you are living in your own private house with security. You have air conditioned 24 hours. You have a light 24 hours. When your congregation that are paying the bills and the tithe, they don't even have what is called a pure water. Then what do you expect them to do? to start praying in hunger? Man, this is not time for those kind of negotiation. This is our time to negotiate our future with the institution who has put us in solitary confinement. During the NSAS protest, most of them use it as the Sermon of the Mount. And I tell Nigerians again, don't be fooled by these same people. Don't be fooled. You must work hard. While doing your work to liberate yourself, you can pray in your house. Don't let someone not tell you that this is what God said. No. Jesus walked so much before he died. Even while he was on his way to death, he was still doing his work, carrying that cross. Some of you are Christians. These are things that they are supposed to be telling you in churches or wherever they go, whatever it be. Whether you're a Muslim or you're a Christian or you believe in the African tradition, you must have to do your work first.
All right.
So this is one thing. My conclusion is, sir, keep your prayer. Nigeria is not at war. We are actually negotiating our freedom with those who has put us in solitary confinement. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Machiavelli, thank you very much. Thank you also to Destiny Oviebabo. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Tunaija. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Thank you also to Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, Michael. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? Mr. Pansat, I see you. Johnson Emmanuel, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, Sivana Say, thank you for coming into the studio. Welcome. Please do well to like the broadcast. Do well to share and invite someone onto the broadcast. Thank you very much. Brother Nice, do you have a minute now?
Yeah.
All right, let's come to the reaction of Pastor Adeboye.
Yeah. Greetings to the panelists and the people on the comment section. I greet you all. Machiavelli has break it down. I've said it all. You know, me, I'm a Christian. I have faith. You understand? I don't know if it's the same belief or the same faith that I practice. Those pastors as well, they practice in Nigeria. I don't know if it's the same faith. Faith without work is dead. That is what Machiavelli just said right now. You understand? What more can I say? He has already said it all. Me myself, I'm a Christian. There is no way. Walking is a part of exercising your faith. If you just said you have faith without works, it does not prove that one does not prove you have faith. You have to exercise, you have to put it at work. Then that is where your faith will be activated. But the kind of preaching they preach in Nigeria, I don't understand if they are using it to tell the Christians that in Nigeria that if you believe in God, you need to be lazy. You don't need to make any move. You don't need to do anything. I don't know. That's the reason why for many years, that is why many of our Christians in Nigeria, they get it right. They will say, no, we will not participate in politics because it's worldly things. It does not affect our spiritual life. Because we are Christians, we don't need to involve in those things because those things belongs to the world. That is where they get it wrong. That is why we are still where we are in Nigeria. When it comes to politics, things that will affect your life, either physically, spiritually, politics is involved. Christianity, churches need to be in the forefront. That is what I was telling them. If you see, like Donald Trump, when Donald Trump were coming, Donald Trump is a Christian. Wherever he goes with his Bible. When he was campaigning, he goes to churches. You understand? So church is supposed to be at the forefront, in any nation that want to progress, that want to move forward. Church is supposed to be at the forefront. They're supposed to be the first people that will speak truth to the power. But our churches in Nigeria is compromised. Those one, what they do is just to collect money from politicians. They will just keep quiet. Even though the country is going to chaos, they don't care. Then when it's coming to a time of campaign, you will see all those pastors that have collected money from pastors. They will now be telling the members that they should do this, they should do that. It's wrong. Faith without work is dead. Like what Machiavelli just said, Jesus walked in death. Even when people were looking for him, he's always there preaching the gospel, telling people what is good and what is wrong. You know, preaching what is right and what is not right. Try to put things in place. Things that was not in place, Jesus put them in place through the gospel. That is the gospel for you, not the kind of gospel that we hear today. When people are telling people, when they see white, they will say this is black. You know, all those pastors that is coming today to tell us what those youth are doing today, those are what they're supposed to start. They are the ones that are supposed to start it. But all of them were there looking at the country going into chaos. They keep silent because they've already collected money from all those politicians. They will not say anything. When Obasanjo was there, the same thing. When Yaradua was there, the same thing. None of them came out to say anything. Yeah? But today, when the youth now rise up, they are not trying to change things by themselves now. Pastors are not coming out from different corners, telling us what to do or what not to do. I don't want to hear PM for them. They should just keep short and watch.
All right, Brother Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you for your submission. Thank you. I'm sorry we're already rounding up newspaper review. You know, it's from only 10 to 11. We do not have time to pick more people into the broadcast, but thank you so very much. Please try again later. Try again later tomorrow, or be ready to join us by 1 p.m. today. We are catching reactions on how you feel as a Nigerian. Nigeria at 62. Yes. Bring it on here. Just come and onboarding on here, and let's hear what you have to say. Yes, I would like to know what you have to say, how you feel about Nigeria at 62. Okay, Mr. Van Maxwell.
Thank you so much. In the words of Brother Nice, all these pastors should not make any film. They should not make any film. I do not know if Nigeria is more religious than Israel. Israel has developed a standard, nuclear weapons, getting ready to, preparing themselves against any eventualities militarily. They have done so much to defend themselves. They are a religious country, where these our religious leaders in Nigeria and their partners go for pilgrimage. They did not dwell in praying and fasting. As far as I'm a Christian, I am not a stupid Christian. My Christian belief did not make me, stupid. Seeing things that are happening to me, I know how to defend myself. Then I sat down, allowing prayers and fasting to take care of it. That is nonsensical to me. This same Adeboye, I do not know whether you have heard. A child was killed, senselessly slaughtered in Adamawa. In fact, the mother was left half dead. It's a member of, Redeemed Christian Church of God. When you continue to tell Nigerians to pray and pray and pray, the Bible also that I also read says that when the righteous are in power, in position of power, authority, the people rejoice. And Nigerians rejoice. Is that not, an evidence that it is the wicked that are in the places of authority in Nigeria? I am tired of these, religious leaders coming out to tell people to fast and fast and fast and pray and fast and pray. Work, faith without work, it's vanity. It's nothing. I am just disturbed because of all these things that is happening. Religious leader, yes, he can afford to be happy because every Sunday he goes home straight into the bank with billion vans or corporate vans that will carry money, paid into his churches through offering and tithes. They live in affluence, whereas those put up, investments that even churches, schools and universities that even those that are contributing these offerings cannot even pay to attend. I don't blame them, system. I don't blame them. They should just keep quiet and allow the youth to do their thing. They have been praying, fasting for 62 years. What has he given to them? I am disappointed in them. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Vine, thank you for your submission. Thank you. And to those coming to the studio just now, thank you. The bar himself, Evans, good day to you. How are you doing? Good to have you on the broadcast. James Morgan, I have been looking for you. How are you doing, James Morgan? Thank you for being here. So, Evans says, Nigeria is an old man who refused to growth despite being old at 62. What can Nigeria as a country boast of? Okay, the submissions are coming earlier than I expected. Thank you for this submission, guys. I want to catch your reaction. How do you feel at Nigeria at 62? But hold on that, because this will be discussed on our 1 p.m. broadcast today on the chat. You guys know I will do it on the chat. Bring it all. We can take it. Bring it all. I am bringing a bigger table. We will submit all of this and dissect it and give credence, or let's play fair where we need to. Nigeria 62 might be a whole lot for a human, but for a country, it's 62 not like just few years. All right, guys, that's just my submission, and let's also be fair and cut Nigeria some slack, and let's also see the way forward. Do not forget to join me by 1 p.m. Let's talk about your reaction and emotions about how you feel about Nigeria at 62. Thank you for coming on to the broadcast. Thank you to each and every one of you. All right, Mr. Pansat HD, let's catch your reaction, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. The panelists covered the church and religious issue very well. I was going to make a submission on an important topic that you raised before I came in, but I got carried away with the possibility of anybody trying to rig this election this February. But let me talk about the market. The petrol prices. I'm just going to take a brief moment to say that the subsidy issue. What is a subsidy? Sum of money granted by the government or public body to assist an industry or business, things like that. Everybody knows what it is, but you have to know that if a government comes in and they implement conditions that would allow for a market economy, okay, that is the best way to regulate prices in an economic system which production and prices are determined by unrestricted competition between privately owned businesses. There'll be no giving somebody exclusive license to produce the oil or to refine the oil, like a Dangote or something like that. You let there be portable refineries, because it's not a big deal. In most, for example, the state Ramin has over 500 refineries in just one state. So we need competition. I've listened to Obi's program on that. He was going to take away the subsidy, but he's going to replace it with so many other things. So the consumer will benefit, okay? So we need a limited government. Okay, it's a philosophy in which the government is in a concept where the government has limited power, according to our constitution. That we are the people who give the power to the government, and there are specific powers that are given to each branch of that government, each agency, and whatever is not delineated as power given to them is reserved to us, the people. Yes, it's a shambolic constitution that's made up by the army, but they copied a very good document, almost verbatim. So now you look at the prices of oil. We'll go back. We're not going to go all the way to Gowan when it was like 6,000 naira. A lot of you weren't driving by then. Let's just go to Obasanjo's second comment, not when he was a military dictator. When he was a military dictator, it was 20 naira. That was the price, 20 naira. So come to modern times when Yaradua, under Obasanjo, when he ended his term, it was between $65 and $75. So it is 65 naira, 75 naira. Then Yaradua came in and dropped it back down to 65 naira. Jonathan came in the New Year surprise that we knew. He tried to raise it to 141 naira. But there was a strike. He dropped it back to 97 naira. Okay, this is because government is determining how much something is going to be arbitrarily. But after Jonathan, in February of 2015, it dropped down to 87 naira. But when Buhari came in, this wicked man moved it up from 87 naira to 165 naira that it is today. Now, incidentally, people in Aba are paying more than people in the north. Okay? So that'll tell you why market forces should be the order of the day. So if they will come in and do a market economy, provide power, so there'll be spring up of activity, we are going to gain, especially there's competition, market force competition. There are so many ways to regulate price, but the best way to regulate price is by the market forces. Now, I'll challenge anybody in the comment section, or I know Tunaja is there, he could come on this program. Let's debate that. That's a very good debate to have, because this subsidies is a scam. Now, Obi has described it as organized crime. Now, everybody knows that. If you don't agree, come here and debate it. The best way to regulate price is by market forces, and the government has to be a limited government. It's not inventing you don't have to reinvent the wheel. They've been to United States, Britain, France, so many other countries, even the socialist ones. There has to be respect for Nigerian citizens. We're very special people. We're blessed. We have the resources, we have the human capital, we have the population, okay, we have the weather, we have everything. So you're gonna it's like me, if somebody like Macron or somebody like that talks nonsense to me, I would deal with them. I would chase them out of that country, and we're gonna have to do business with them over the phone, because they're sitting in that country, all these embassies, Western embassies, United States, Britain, and they see what's happening to our people. We're getting killed. There's no money. People are starving in our country. Okay, who's doing it? You think it's just a bunch of Northerners and their Igbo and Yoruba acolytes can do what's happening in Nigeria? No, it's coming from outside. We have enemies inside and outside, but they're so wicked. They don't even relent. Once in a while, if you're colonizing a group of people, you kind of let off your knee from their neck once in a while. Let them breathe. How are you going to have our students not going to school?
All right, Mr. Pan.
You know, our parents, let me just conclude by saying this. Who can be that wicked? Our people can't go to the farm. Our students can't go to school. All right? People are starving. There's no social services. There's no infrastructure. And they're just there looking at that. Now, tell me, Emma, is that fair? It's not fair. Okay, it's not fair. We could talk about everything else, the church, all that nonsense. It's okay, but we have to get to the bottom of why are we the way we are today? Why? Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Pansa. That's why I'm saying we'll be having the broadcast later on by 1 p.m. Nigerian time today on the chart. We are catching reactions and emotions on Nigeria at 62. How you feel? You come on the broadcast and you say the heels, what you feel is not right and how best we can move, as a nation, since we have leaders that needs to be told their own job. I don't know why, they would spend so much, they would do heaven and earth just to get to that place, and they get to that place, we still have to tell them what to do. Come on. So let's come together. Let's ensure to come by 1 p.m. Let's talk about this things. Let's talk about this. Nigeria at 62. What is displeasing? What are those things that, at 62, we shouldn't even, have them around us, where we should be at 62? Let's talk about it. Thank you very much. Thank you also to those that are coming into the broadcast. Thank you to Mr. Maki Rabo for your generous donation. Thank you, guys. Please do also support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Please, your support goes a long way. Your likes goes a long way with visibility. Your shares and invite brings people to the broadcast, and we get to learn. Nobody comes here praising themselves. We come here to talk about the country. We highlight the ills of what's happening. We also praise those that needs to be praised. So if you don't have a reason not to invite someone onto the broadcast, if you are here for the good of the country. So please do well to invite someone onto the broadcast. Thank you to, okay, yeah, we have this comment from Vitus Equivalent. It says, what are we celebrating at 62? Poverty, corruption, and monopoly of democracy. All right, versus that's how you feel. Who else agrees with this? No, just all that come in by 1 p.m. Let's talk about this. Vitus, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Bella Naomi, thank you also for being here, and welcome to the broadcast. Destiny, thank you just for you. Thank you so very much. Mommy Diaspora, I see you. Thank you. Mr. Makirabo, thank you so very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. Evans, thank you. It's really good to see you on the broadcast. Thank you. James Morgan, thank you. Osakofo, thank you very much for being on this broadcast. Mr. Machiavelli, thank you for coming in. Thank you to each and every one of you, to my amazing panelists. Thank you for taking out time to have this discussion with us. Please do want to join in by 1 p.m. again. Let us talk about these things. Mr. Collins, in 2 minutes, let's catch your reaction. Or you think if this is the way Nigerians should go, or we have had enough of this praying and fasting for our leaders. Our leaders, are they capable of changing?
I just want to thank you for having me again. Much about the story you're talking about, the pastors. I don't like to talk much about them because whoever want to believe whatever they want to believe is their own cup of tea. It's not my business. So it's just that with people too, when it comes to religion, it's kind of what people are kind of addicted when it comes to Nigeria. And there's somebody that is commenting here about Donald Trump. Sometimes we have to be realistic of what we want in this life. We want people to be, the reason we want people to be because of where Nigeria is going. And because we can't continue, because if you see what is happening in Nigeria today, people are using this kind of a game of religion and try to distract people from not knowing what they're supposed to do. It's all this kind of religion or where you come from, tribe and all those kind of a thing. So they keep using that kind of a game when it comes to politics. That this young man is keep writing and commenting. If you don't know about people, all of us are here not stupid. Most of us are here very learned people. So when you talk about Donald Trump, we know what Democrats stand for. We know what Republicans stand for. So when you keep tweeting about all those things, you keep misinforming, as in you are giving a wrong information to people. So when it comes to that, we know so about when it comes to all those ones. So like Mr. Nice said here, we know when it comes to Donald Trump, and we know how American system are being running today. So people, we want good government. Even till today, if P2B happens to win election today, we don't want anybody to come into Nigeria because you have opportunity. If you want to come into Nigeria, you have to come into Nigeria in a rightful way. That thing you want to work for Nigeria, you want Nigeria to work, but that place I don't want that place to work. So sometimes people always do this kind of ideology that I don't like. So when it comes to Nigeria, we want Nigeria to work in every part of Nigeria. We don't want anybody to come into Nigeria, all these people trooping in Nigeria without taking account of them. So if we want you to come to Nigeria, we want you to come in a rightful way. Don't come by backyard or anywhere you want to come. So if you keep deceiving yourself in this kind of thing, you keep writing here. When people, that is why people keep listening to one thing. If you want to get the ideas of Nigeria, stop listening to CNN. There's other stations you can listen to. There is Fox News, there's Newsmax, there's other Al Jazeera you can listen to. So when you keep carrying all this CNN of your idea, you keep deceiving yourself. You have to get the information fast. You have to get everything fast before you start writing all those pages you keep writing here. So I'm not here to discuss about American policy. It's not my business. So my business is Nigeria. So we want Nigeria to work. So the way we want Nigeria to work, that is how we want other countries to work. So people have the policy how they want their country to work, and it's working for them. So if you don't like it, then I don't know what again you want to Nigeria to work. So if everybody wants Nigeria to work, but they don't want other country owns to work. So for me, my mission here is to make sure that Nigeria work, not only to work that if P2B win election, P2B will go at last. No, everything that concerns Nigeria need to work. Both our immigration, both our education, every system have to work and have to be properly checked. Have to be properly checked. No matter if you like to come from Ghana, you must come with a rightful visa. If you are not coming with a rightful visa, you have to go back to Ghana. So everything, immigration in Nigeria is not working. It's the only place in the world that immigration can't even work. All of us that is in Western country, immigrations work every day. So I don't want to talk too much about it. So Kachi, Emma, when it comes to chat about Nigeria, I have to save my thing about the independent, because it's been long I celebrated independence. So I don't talk much about it. So let me keep my thought about that. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Mr. Collins, but we can't all be running away from talking about our army. We can't. We need to. Thank you so very much to each and every one of you that has been part of today's broadcast. Thank you, June Obaseki. Thank you, and happy new week to you too. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you, John, for being here. Thank you, Johnson Emmanuel. Johnson Emmanuel, how are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Thank you to Naomi Bella. I don't know why you came there, but thank you for coming in nonetheless. Mommy Diaspora, thank you so very much. Thank you, Mr. Mark Irabo. Thank you, Vitus Ekwe. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Evans. Thank you, James Morgan. Thank you so very much. To those other people I've not given a shout out to, I will later on in the afternoon. To those watching, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Please do well to join the rest of our broadcast. We have newspaper review Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. We have the chat Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. You know, we have discussions Monday through to Thursday every 5 p.m. and we have the debate 6 p.m. You know also that we have the Sunday show with leftists. Guys, turn on your notification bell so for every time Nigeria Watch goes live, you would be notified. Thank you to my amazing panelists. Thank you for always being here. I really do look forward to us having a very robust, a very sincere, and also an emotional time here on the broadcast today, talking about Nigeria. Yes, please, when you come in the afternoon, do well to, observe all protocols, no insults, no temperature rising on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful time on this broadcast with each and every one of you. And I say a big, big thank you. Happy New Week to each and every one of you. I wish you an amazing one, filled with good success. Do not forget, my beautiful people of Nigeria, it is in our hands. If we have the deciding factor, we have the power to make a change, to have a beautiful Nigeria. This is the time where, where we can build something wonderful, what we want to see. Please, let's invest our votes. Yes, let's invest our votes wisely. Yes, it's an investment. We are going to reap off it in another 4 to 8 years, if not even longer. So please, let's invest wisely who we vote for. So the good people of Nigeria, let's help ourselves as God is helping us too. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day. I'll see you later on by 1 p.m. on the chat. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.